Well, great evening. I'm back. I've been back a little while, but I just needed to take a little downtime. But this evening, I came across this reading, a Dr. Holler, and his reading for the USA in 2025. And I guess he's very well respected, and he does the Celtic cross. I think you call it the Celtic cross. Okay. So I pulled the cards that he pulled, but when I do my readings, I get 5 extra cards, and then what's underneath the surface, I do that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the link so you can see his reading, what he's seeing for the USA, and I'll go ahead and do my reading using the things that he pulled and give you my interpretation of them, and just let me know what you think of that. So let's go ahead and go forward. I'm going to do the overhead because I know a lot of people like to see the cards. Now I don't have the exact, cards that he's using. I do have that deck, but it's out in the car. But these are basically, you could tell it's the same things. Just the colors are not quite as bright on the deck I have, but it is the Rider-Waite. So on that note, let's go ahead and begin, and let's see what I get for the United States. Now again, I didn't listen to all of his. He's a little bit long-winded for me, but I know there are a lot of people that like to have that very detailed things. Okay, I'm more short to the point when I do my readings. Okay, but I'm going to try to get into it as much as I can. Okay, a little differently than the way he does it. My layout is a little differently. Now this is again just my layout. As you're doing cards, you're going to figure what works best for you. And this is a layout I've developed that I think works good for me. And so I don't do the Celtic cross. I do this type instead. So we'll go ahead and go forward with this and let me know what you think. So this is his reading for the United States in 2025. I guess he's Hungarian. He's from Hungary. I think he lives in the US now, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong because I don't really, haven't really tuned into him before. I just came across his thing today. And so I decided, why not do the cards that he's pulling and just see what I get, what my interpretation of this would be. So let's do this and just have some fun with it. Okay, so let's go forward. If we look at the 4 corners, we have the woman, we have the queen, and this is about action, holding on to the action, having a bit of premonition and staying in the positive side, okay? Authority, you have the lions here, which are authority, so standing in your power. When it comes to the darker things that are chaining people, the things that need to be looked at, to be dealt with the when it comes to the messages that are coming out now that are going to affect your world, going to affect what's taking place, and the choices being made, the path being walked, okay? So now when he's doing he does the Celtic. I do the first 3 cards are what the reading's about. This is the energy coming into it. This is what's taking place now. These are the challenges, and this is some of the potential outcome, okay? So if we look at this, we come into it and we see it's about holding on to your power, using your whatever sense you have of awareness and being positive, standing in your power, okay, holding on to your power. It's about going forward, moving forward, looking at what's coming. Perhaps some are waiting for a ship to come in. This is the mental realm. Now his cards, he had different colors. I think for his, the queen is yellow, which would be the mental realm, okay, mental realm. And this one, he was having red. So that would have been about, you know, the actions, holding on to what you're looking for actions. But in this deck, it's about the mental realm, and taking actions. Now he's taking actions with something, he's looking for something far off. So it's about holding on to our power, looking at what is there far off, perhaps ships coming in, and about the choices being made, the choices we are making in life, okay? This is the beginning and the end. The zero is really the card of the divine is, and divine is gives us that life path, that life experience, it gives us I say it's the birth of all birth and the death of all death, but it's what empowers us to make this journey, okay? So it's about holding on to your power, looking to see what's coming, what is it you put out there, what are you waiting for to return, and about the choices being made. So the energy coming into it, he would say this is the past. Well, it's about judgment. So if you're looking at it as the past, then this is what you're bringing in from the past, is judgment. Now there has been, we know, judgments from the past, and that this is something that we are struggling with now. We see, especially when it comes to Trumpenstein and the Magatonians, about racism, okay? It's about racism. So this is something that we are having to look at now, the judgments being made, things that are ending, that we need to resurrect something better, okay? So coming to a higher point. The judgment card is also seeing from a higher elevation. When you pass, okay, you have the life review. So this is about the judgments that have come in from the past that we need to review. The struggles that we're doing now, and shedding light on the struggles. So the struggle that we're having now is the Magatonian, and they're wanting basically to go back. Here we go with this, the going back in the past, okay? Going back in the past. So what we have now, what's being worked on, has to do with families, has to do with our valuation systems for families, etc., having to do with our past. The challenge is about the life we're living, the fullness of a life, okay? With the struggle of the pain that we are feeling now, mental pain that's coming in when we're struggling for a good life and wanting to go forward to something better, okay? So we are in this ride, we are in this motion. All of these things we're taking with us. What are we taking with us? Are we taking something with us better to come to a better place, a better realization, okay? So the outcome is we are looking at the things we are chained by. These are the negatives, the things that people get caught up in. Many times this has to do with drugs or alcohol or, you know, sexual thing, whatever you are chained by, okay? Now these chains are loose. These are things we can let go of, but it's about new information coming out, new awareness, okay, that we can bring in when it comes to the daily life, the daily happenings. So if we look at these, the center of it, families, it's shedding light on wanting to have a better life, a fullness of life, okay? Working on the past, which is judgment, families in judgment and going forward to something better. The struggle we have now, again, is our path that we are working on. The path we're working on, again, holding on to your power. The struggle when it comes to the past, shedding light on the judgments of that, and how we're going to move forward for families, etc. The pain that we're feeling has to do with new information coming out. Families, etc. The difficulty we're having now is a difficult time to raise a family for sure. And the pain of the past that has chained people. Now we see a lot of these ones chained by the past, okay, with their the things that they're dealing with. We have so many, like I said, I grew up in a house where my father was absolutely just horrid, okay? So this is this thing that we are struggling with. Again, wanting to come to a better life, moving forward towards that, and working on the economy and the other things that we're facing with daily. So that's my breakdown of basically America in 2025, if we go by what his cards that he had pulled. So I'm going to look at what's underneath of this as well, and we'll see what we have underneath of it all. Let's just go ahead and get these out of the way so it's not so confusing. Underneath of it all, we have Trump, we have the wheel turning, the burden that we're feeling with this, not liking the harvest, the things that he's bringing out. Okay, we're not liking what we're seeing is coming out. Things that are being overturned, okay? He's trying to stymie, he's trying to overturn. Hidden things that are coming out now, so let's see what the hidden things are. What's been hidden is the steel, okay? So more is going to come out on that, on the steel by Trumpenstein. I keep getting that keeps coming out. The wheel is turning when it comes to messages about actions that are going to be taken. The burden we're dealing with is the White House, okay? The burden of the actions he's doing, not liking the harvest with what we're holding on to, what we have in hand, and his overturning things by his desires that he's putting in, him and Musk, okay? They keep overturning things according to their desires, okay? Seeing it from a different view. So what we have here is needing to share. There will be more sharing about the steel that is going to come out. The wheel is turning. When it comes to a message about an action, there will be something presented. Okay, we don't like, of course, we do not like what's coming down, the burden of the White House that we're feeling, okay? This is about, again, underneath of it, not liking the harvest, the challenge, what we're holding on to, and just keeping connections, keeping good connections with the outcome of more messages are going to come out of truth, message of truth about what they're doing, these things they're trying to put into by overturning. There will be new actions, okay? When it comes to Musk and Trump and their abuses of power they're doing, I have gotten again's going to have to walk away, okay? And there are this things coming out, the swords of truth that are going to come out, devastating for them, their administration, out in the cold with what they're trying to gather and collect, and we will continue to push through to a victory, okay? So that is what I get. That is what I get from this reading on America 2025, and I will put the link to this gentleman's reading, and you can see if they tally or not at all. Okay, so I did change my cards. I found this is a little closer to maybe the deck he was using. I had other ones that I was going to lay out. Maybe I should have used this deck, I don't know. But anyway, it was the same cards that he was using. And look and see what you think of my reading compared to his reading, how they tally, how they different. So on that note, I'll leave that here. Thanks for tuning in.